Oh, hey guys, I'm glad you're here. I need some help. I've got a tough decision to make. This is my 2020 GMC Sierra 1500 SLT with the Duramax 3-liter diesel engine. Now, I've had this truck for 5 years. It has 160,000 miles on it. It needs about $9,000 to $10,000 worth of maintenance and repairs, and maybe I'll drive it another 100,000, or maybe I'll trade it in. And that's the question. And if you could leave a comment after this video and tell me what you think I should do, that would be great, and that would be a big help. So like I said, I acquired this truck back in 2020. It was during COVID. GMC was begging me to take the new truck. At the time, I was driving a 2018 Denali with a 6.2 in it. The 3-liter Duramax had just come out, and I was really interested in that motor. And I got to be honest with you, except for a few quirks like oil leaks, it has been phenomenal. I go, let's see, 23 gallons of fuel. I go 700 miles, so it gets right at 30 miles to the gallon, combined city and highway driving. Obviously, you hook a trailer to it, it gets a lot less. So let's talk about some things I got concerns about right now. So I'm going to give you an idea of the kind of things I'm looking at having to repair. Now understand, when I bought this truck new, this truck cost about $60,000, and there was a program at the time, in addition to the less than 1% financing, I got $2,000 worth of accessories from GMC because I was a business purchase. And I used it to get things like the tonneau cover, a seat protector, the muddy floor mats, etc. So right now this truck has 160K, so it's about 10,000 miles overdue for its, they call it a timing belt, but it's really the oil pump drive belt. And to replace the oil pump drive belt in this thing, you have to pull the transmission, take the back off the engine to change it. It's about a $3,500 repair. And we mentioned oil leaks. I've fought oil leaks on this truck. It's a known problem on the LM0 engines. And I'll give you an idea right here. You see my driveway. Okay, it looks like Captain Hazelwood parked a Valdez here. I understand that. Not as bad as you think. I do 7,500 mile oil change intervals, which is what the dashboard reminder tells me. And it uses a quart of oil about every 2,500 miles. So I go through 2 quarts of oil between oil changes. I think it collects in the skid plate, and then when I park on the angle here in the driveway, it leaks out. So we talked about the 160,000 miles. Can I drive this truck another 100,000 miles? You know, they call them moon vehicles, you know, because the distance to the moon is 240,000. So once you break that, your vehicle is considered like it went to the moon. Just a little levity there. So a couple other things this truck needs, in addition to the oil pump drive belt and the oil leaks repaired on it, is I'm going to need a set of tires here. These are Michelin LTX tires. They have been excellent. I put these tires on right at 62,000 miles. These tires have almost 100,000 miles on them, and you can see that they're just getting to the wear bars. So that's about a $1,000 investment to put tires on it. Also, the check engine light's on in the vehicle. The number 5 glow plug is bad. So I probably, as a maintenance item, should just put a set of glow plugs in it, and that would repair that check engine light. Couple other little things. Brakes. So at 100,000 miles, I put front brake pads on this truck, and I took the factory GM brake pads off, which were still good. I put a set of AC Delco replacement brake pads, and they were terrible. They lasted only about 50,000 miles. The sensor never worked. So I always had the monitor in the dash was not reading anything. So they went metal on metal about 50,000 miles later, and I thought it was the rear brakes. Turns out it was the right front. So I put a set of Duralast pads on it from AutoZone, and actually they work perfect. They don't dust the wheels like the AC Delcos did. And the sensor it came with makes the monitor work fine. So that's a great thing. On the back, we still have the original brake pads at 160,000 miles. I will say that they're probably pretty worn out. The brake pedal's getting a little low in the truck, although it seems to stop fine. I haven't had any issues. Another thing is I do a lot of towing with my business. I have a 26-foot Featherlight aluminum trailer. Works great with this truck. I know a lot of you out there are going to say, well, John, why don't you have a 2500 series truck if you tow that much? And if you look at it, according to the dashboard monitor, So guys, here's the screen that pops up when you plug the trailer in. And we'll go ahead and select my feather light, because that's the trailer that's normally behind it. Shows you that it recalled the brake gain, reminds you to turn on the tow haul. Did that, and you can see it shows us that towing the trailer, we only get about 13.5 miles to the gallon. And then if we look at our trailers here, this is our trailer that's connected. We want to go to status of the trailer. And you can see this is the total mileage of this trailer behind this truck. I'm sure that the mileage is actually a little higher. I'm sure there was many short trips that it was never connected to the screen. You can also see that I have the TPMS sensors installed in the trailer, and that's been a really big help. It shows you what the tire pressure is and the temperatures. What's really nice about that is it lets you know if the trailer is balanced or not. So there you have it. 18,631 miles at a minimum. We can check one of the other trailers real quick and see what the status of that is. That one's a little utility trailer, and there's another 1,500 miles worth of trailering. And then I don't think we ever used the guest, but here's our vehicle. It gives you the trans temperature as well. I've towed a trailer with this truck 20,000 miles. The truck has 160,000 on it. So that means I only tow a trailer 12.5% of the time. Doesn't really justify having a super heavy duty truck to drive the other 87.5% of the time. But one thing that has happened is my factory hitch receiver here, and realize this truck has a GVW of 7,200 pounds. The pinhole is completely ovaled out and worn. And it causes the drawbar and the load levelers to slide in and out when you hit the brakes, so it's quite annoying. So that's either a replacement of the hitch receiver or a repair. Additionally, I need to service all the fluids in it. I did have a transmission issue in this truck while it was still under warranty. It was a pump issue, and I guess that's what happens when you put a Ford transmission in your General Motors vehicle. But they took care of it under warranty. It was great. So it's had its fluid change, but the differentials still have the original juice in them. The intercooler system and the cooling system still have all the original fluids. So those really need to be changed. They're probably well overdue, and I'm sure I'll get plenty of comments about it. Couple other little things. The only one really annoying thing I've had is it has parking sensors in the front. And they just decided to go nuts one day. I tried recalibrating them. I did a little research. They work intermittently, and sometimes when they get stupid, I just turn them off. And the last time I did that, I was down in Key Largo, and I was tired after a day of work, and I pulled into Wawa to get a drink for the ride home and hit a pole. So that's where that dent came from. And speaking of dents, and this is about another $1,000+ worth of that 10,000 bucks, is I kind of caved the quarter panel in back here. I have a utility trailer, and I was backing down the driveway on a dark morning with condensation all over the truck, and I fell in the ditch and jackknifed the trailer and crushed the quarter panel in. And at the time I was renovating a couple houses, so I said, well, when I'm done throwing 2x4s at it, I'll get the truck fixed, and that was 2 years ago. So that's something else I'd like to do. Also, I have some tailgate damage here from somebody backed into me in a parking lot, probably with some wood sticking out of their truck. And then when the truck was brand new, somebody clipped it right here in a Home Depot parking lot, which is this little bit of damage here. So there's some stuff I'd really like to get fixed on the truck. So biggest issues right now, the oil pump drive belt and the oil leaks. And we have put a pan gasket on this truck. We put a rear main seal in it when the transmission was out. And we also resealed the plugs in the front of the motor. I'd like to thank Demon Works. They're a 3-liter Duramax channel, and they have really good insights into the oil leaks. So if I do keep the truck and I go put the timing belt in it, we're probably going to replace the whole back panel on the engine, put another oil pan gasket in it, and see if we can get it buttoned up. So here's my quandary. Do I fix my truck, spend $10,000, drive another $100,000, take it to the moon? or do I go buy a new vehicle? So let me know in the comments what you think. Well, guys, thanks for watching the channel today. I'm your host, John Daga. Johnny's not with me today, but Bridget, my wife, has been helping me out with the camera work. She's the SoFlo Flipper, so I'll put a link to her channel in the description if you want to check out her reselling channel. And, you know, if you're still with us, it'd be great if you subscribed. And any likes or comments, and especially let me know what you think I should do. Should I keep my truck and fix it, or should I get a new one? And we'll see you next time.